Welcome back, folks. I'm Feel Too Real. You're watching part 11 of the Final Fantasy VIII Let's Play. So, we just got to the missile base here, and we got to stop the evil Galbaldian Army, Empire, Republic. Actually, I think it's Galbaldian Republic, because when we get to a part, it actually shows the actual name of the Galbaldian government. But here, we're going to have Queestus, Selphie, and Irving. We're going to infiltrate this missile base. See here, Selphie's not very fond of the uniform. It's itchy and smelly. So we got to go and take care of that. So we have to stop the missiles. And if there's a door, we can go in. If there's anything we can break, we break. Just like Selphie said. So let's get a move on. So we're going to go in here and we're going to enter this door. And nothing too fancy. There'll be a save point here. And I'm going to go ahead and save and heal my party. So that's kind of important. And here's the thing about the missile base, this part in particular. We're not going to fight very much in this part because your objective is to get through this missile base, preferably by not getting detected by the soldiers in here. Which is, it's a lot easier than what it sounds. It's not like Metal Gear Solid where you wander around, sneaking around, blasting, gunning, snapping people's necks like Metal Gear Solid. No, we're just going to talk our way out through situations. So, we're confronted with a problem. We have two locked doors, but if you examine the left door's control panel, it'll say you need a certain ID card, which at the moment we don't have one, but Irving happened to find one due to plot gods putting one in his back pocket in the uniform that we stole. So we're going to swipe that card and we're going to go inside, and like I said, it's completely up to you if you want to just stealth run this whole thing and avoid encounters, which if you do, there's a good reward for you that your seed rank will go up by 1. So here I like to just walk by quietly. If you do the very obvious thing like run or something that just completely gives you away, you won't be able to recover your cover or explain your way out of it. If you try to do it sneakily, well then you can kind of talk your way out of it, but if you just walk quietly normally, then you won't really say much about anything other than you have good manners, and our parents must have been good parents. And if you can't see it in the background, when I played this game, it took me a while to realize that that's actually the boss in the background. I didn't notice that all the years I played this game. So you can save here, which I'm going to go ahead and do that. And you want to go south underneath the stairway we came from, but if you want to explore a little bit, you can. If you go in here, this is where the missile pods are launched, and this is where they're going to shoot them off to destroy a garden. But we can get a stock point there of full lives, and full lives are very good spells to have because for one, they completely restore your party members who fall in battle to full HP, but also they junction really well to your stats, so that's a very good spell to have. Unfortunately, it's a kind of hard spell to gather till the mid to late game. So you talk to these two guys. These are the maintenance engineers / soldiers, and they just kind of want to goof off, because typical lazy soldiers, I guess. So we're going to continue on here. We're going to go and talk to the people in the missile pod room. In the missile pod room, we're going to pass along the message that they gave us, which is for them to go ahead and get started without them. So you continue on here, and then Selphie will tell the soldier, hey, we got a message for you, and that they said to go ahead, but unfortunately the missile maintenance soldier person is going to say, well, we're not ready yet, and he's going to say, yeah, you can go ahead and go. So we got to go and run here, run there. It's basically a giant gopher mission, which this mission takes a completely different turn if you give yourself away, which we're not going to do that. So talk to one of these soldiers. Come on, Selphie, talk to a soldier. Come on, there you go. So we talk to these soldiers, and they're kind of like, geez, what do we do? Now we actually got to do our job. And one of the soldiers has the brilliant idea of, hey, let's just go ahead and give the job to the 3 newbies right here that we really don't even know. So that just goes to show the wonders of the Galbaldian army. It's no wonder Laguna and his men left the army when they got a chance after they got discharged. So we're gonna go all the way back to where that soldier said that we had good manners and we had good parents. So we're gonna go up the stairs, talk to that guy, and then we'll be able to turn off the power in this place. Not a very huge place, it's actually kind of small in retrospect. So we're going to talk to this soldier right here, and Selphie's going to say the maintenance team sent us here to relieve him and to go ahead and we will take care of the place and hopefully nothing bad will happen. So if you examine the draw point here, I think this is a Blizzara spell. Yes, a Blizzara one. So I'm just going to go ahead and give it to Queestus. And then we're going to look at the control panel. And then you're given a few options here. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to hit whatever. So Selphie, go ahead and hit whatever. Or I can just hit whatever really hard, like I just did. And I'm going to choose to just press whatever. And this is going to cause the whole missile base to lose power. So, power down. So, power's down, and then the emergency lights are going to come on. And then we have to explain why the power went off while we were here. So when we get out to the door, we're going to go ahead and exit. That way we won't get caught at the scene of the crime. Gotta exit the room, Selphie. There you go. So when we get out here, we're going to explain the situation in a way. We're not going to fight. Let's talk our way out. We're going to say we were just about to call on you because, you know, that seems the sensible thing to do. Let's go in here. They're going to go in there, and we're going to go in there, and we're going to knock them the heck out. So they're out, and now we have to go and do something about the missiles. And it's completely asinine, like how these missiles are going to work, in my opinion. So we're going to go here, and we got to actually load the missiles that are going to be launched on our home base that we're trying to prevent, which, you know, it is what it is. We can't blow our cover, right? So that's not the asinine part. If we don't want to blow our cover, we have to do that. But when you go here, the soldier's going to come out the door and be like, hey, fellow soldier, we need some help here. We can't really push this giant missile pod in the missile pad. So we're going to go ahead and help out. If you choose to fight, well, this whole mission takes a completely different turn, and again, that's no fun. I think I've only done that once in the entire time this game has been out, and it really wasn't fun. And even though I don't really care about seed rank, this is one of those parts I really just like to get through without doing a lot. So talk to this guy. He's going to say, yeah, this is the one. We're going to put one in the middle and two on the side. So go ahead and put Selphie in between the two guys, and Queestus and Irving will get on the opposite sides. And you're just going to button mash the button that they tells you to button mash. In my case, it's X. I believe on a PlayStation controller it would be square, or is it circle? I don't remember. It's one of the side buttons on the left or right side. So just keep pushing it. I remember when I had this on the PlayStation, that turbo controller was so helpful here. I really just don't like button mashing. It's not my thing. But keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, and we will get the pad, the missile pod on the pad. It will load up, and then the asinine part will show up here in a minute. So right there, awesome. It only took us 5 guys. Oh, I guess assumedly 3 guys and 2 women to push that giant missile pod onto the pad. Now if you talk to the maintenance soldier here, he's going to say, hey, we just need to confirm the coordinates on the control panel, and so we're in charge of aiming this missile. Now we can't change the target, unfortunately. We need authorization to do that, and we don't have that authorization, so we do not want to do anything bad like launch the missiles by mistake. So we're going to be very cautious. We're going to look and see what it has here. So we have check ID good, check all systems, BIOS, memory, network, safety units, all okay. So we are in the Galbaldian Republic Army Department's mainframe system for hyper technology missile systems. It says version 8.13. So if you try to do target, it's going to basically say, hey, let's set the target, and you can't change the target, so that's rather unfortunate. So we're going to do the next best thing, and we're going to set the error ratio of these missiles all the way to 75%, which means the Galbaldians have a system to make the missiles potentially miss more, which whole point is to hit the target, right? I mean, maybe it's a safety feature, who knows? But you know, it seems I've always questioned this logic, and since I've played this game, so we're going to set the percentage all the way to 75, and you must set it all the way to the maximum, because if you do not and you proceed, you will get a game over, which we're not going to get a game over. We're going to do this the right way. So we're going to load all this data into those 3 missile pods. So that way they have a chance, a very good chance of missing, but they could still hit. So once if they were to launch, then it's completely up to Luck and Squall's team to save Balamb Garden. So hopefully this is good enough, or better yet, hopefully we can just stop it altogether. So we've already sabotaged the missiles, and you can go and look through some of this stuff, which is kind of interesting. Other stuff not so much, but if we look at the equipment, we can see that these are missile launchers, and then we can go and actually look at the missiles, which are Galbaldian Army Cruise Missile BAG-003A, and even Quist says they're not technologically advanced, and they would likely miss if we set the air ratio very high, which we did, so that's pretty awesome. So now I'm just going to go ahead and exit. You can do a simulation. It will just show where the missiles are going to strike, but nothing too fancy. So now we're going to go all the way to the control room. So talk to this soldier here, and we'll tell them that, hey, we were sent to report the missile coordinate data. The guard's going to let us through, and then we're going to get our first of our 2... Is there anybody puny in the base like that? So we're going to get into our 2 fights in this entire part. So the soldiers are here. They're saying, hey, we got some minor setbacks, but we're going to proceed as scheduled and then proceed for the final launch phase. And then, once again, I love this track right here. So really awesome they chose this track for this part. So we're going to go here, and they're going to wonder, like, what are we doing here? And we're going to salute, and unfortunately the salute is not the same as the Galbaldian Army salute. So they're going to see through it. But fortunately for us, this is all we needed to get to in order to get the bonus of our C rank going up by 1. So we're going to go ahead, and Sophie's like, ta-da! And she says that the military uniform stunk. We're going to go ahead and take care of these soldiers. They're nothing too remarkable, just 2 normal Galbaldian soldiers and 1 elite soldier, which is, we've already fought these countless of times. So just take them out however you want. I'm going to go ahead, and I believe I'm just going to smack them to death with Quistis, Irving, and actually no, I think I'm going to summon a Guardian Force and take them all out. Maybe it's Shiva, I think it might be Shiva. I'm doing this without any notes and completely from memory. So, like I said, completely unremarkable. You can go ahead and do whatever you want. The soldiers have confused. The elite, I'm certain, will have some variant of what was in the prison, but yeah, it looks like Shiva's going to take them out. So Shiva's going to come out, do her thing, freeze them to death, and then we're going to just be done with them. It's not a super hard enemy fight. They're like, ugh, Captain! So they're done. Not a very hard fight. That's the first of 2 fights we're going to have here. So now we got to find the control panel to shut the missiles off. So the air ratio is our backup plan in case things go south and we can't stop the missiles, but we're going to be able to potentially stop those missiles in this area. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and get ready for my boss fight. Unfortunately for Irving, I accidentally junctioned Bio, I believe, to his elemental attack, which the boss at the end of this part is immune to poison. So Irving's not going to do jack doodly squat with his physical attack. He might as well just be shooting BB pellets at the boss and not armor piercing rounds, I should say. Anywho, a good strategy to do is to give meltdown to one of your magic casters for the boss up ahead, because the boss up ahead has a lot of vitality, aka physical defense. And if you hit an enemy with meltdown, they suffer a status ailment called Vitality 0, which means they have no defense. So that's one strategy. Another strategy is you could just bombard the boss with high level magic, thunder magic, sorry, like Thunder or Thundaga, like I'm getting ready to do with Selfie. The Selfie is going to be my main magic user. Quistis could be a nice secondary magic user. And if Irving did not have the Bio spell on his elemental attack and I had Junction Thunder magic on it, smart person would, he would not be as well. He's not going to be completely useless. He can still rely on Guardian forces, but he's not going to be as good as he should have been. Again, this is important to look at your junctions before you go into battle, folks. Unlike me, so alas, I'm not the best at that. But there's always Guardian forces to pick up the slack. Now, the unfortunate thing about the boss is you're under a time limit, but you're under a time limit of your choosing. But let's go ahead and find the control panel first. So that's not it. Let's go ahead and talk to Quistis, and Quistis says this is it. And we are going to shut the missiles off. So stop the missiles. We're safe for now. So woohoo! All we gotta do is find the self-destruct mechanism. Like Selphie's like waiting for this whole moment just to blow up this base. So this is where I say you get to choose the time limit for your boss fight. So you get a time limit of 10, 20, 30, and 40 minutes. Now, if you pick the time limit of 10 minutes and you successfully beat the boss within those 10 minutes, then you'll get a seed rank up as well. So you get a potential of 2 seed rank ups in this mission. We already gotten 1 because we got to the control room without getting caught. I'm going to attempt to do it with the 10 minutes, and I'm going to succeed. Now, if you pick the 10 or 20 minutes, that door behind Selphie will open, and this is an automatic exit out of the missile base. But unfortunately, one of the guards is not completely, I guess, dead, or maybe knocked out, but it won't matter because the whole base is going to blow up, and that won't be a problem anymore. So he's going to go up here and undo all the hard work we did and reactivate the missiles. At least that's what I assume he does. So he's just like, it's not over yet. So hits the button, reactivates the missile, and he's like, sleep. So we've already gotten through the entrance. There's no save point here, but remember to have Thunder Magic and Quasar Colt, and if you want to go with a physical attack, make sure you cast Meltdown on the boss. And as I said before, the boss was actually in the background in one of the areas in the missile base. So you're gonna see this gigantic armored vehicle just but just roll up at the entrance, blocking us from leaving. So we gotta go ahead and take care of this. And all the while, I just imagine those Galbaldian soldiers like, run! Get out of here! So unfortunately, all our hard work was for naught. The missiles got launched, but we still have plan B by setting the error ratio all the way up to the maximum. So we at least have that going for us. Looks like we failed, but we have other problems. We are going to need to fight this boss to get out of this base. So this is the boss. If I want to say look at my... I'd say I don't have any notes, but I do have a little bit of notes. BGH251F2. Now, I almost want to say BFG, like from Doom. But anyways, it is a big freaking gun, because that thing in the middle is a giant freaking gun. So, if you cast Meltdown, it will turn purple, and it will have no defense, which means physical attacks will do their maximum damage. And will do even more damage if you have Thunder on your character. I believe it's weak against Thunder. I'm fairly certain of this. But Irving has Poison equipped, so it will do Jack Doodly squat. So Quistis and Irving are going to rely on Guardian forces. Selphie is going to cast Thundaga, and Thundaga is going to do about 1100 per cast. And every time you do some damage, some of the parts of the tank will explode, and you'll get a little comical dialogue with the soldiers inside. He's like, it's only one, don't worry. So the unknown spell he has is Stop, and Stop doesn't do anything. It doesn't stop the boss. Stop doesn't stop the boss. So Quistis is going to summon Shiva. Shiva's going to do a decent amount of damage, but not a lot of damage. She'll probably do about 900 damage, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. I don't really focus on my Guardian Forces abilities that are like Summon Magic plus 10, 20, 30%. Okay, so she did 1,000. That's not too bad. So there goes another of the exhaust stacks. Selphie's going to cast Thundaga. Another 1100, I assume. So at its lowest level, I believe this tank has about a little over maybe 4,000. And it's the dialogues. I don't know why the dialogue just makes me laugh. But this is really all the tank has. It has a mill machine gun. attack, and he has the main cannon attack, which the main cannon does do a lot. It almost takes out Selphie. So just keep wailing on the boss with Thunder Magic and Guardian Forces, and you'll be okay. The only thing about the Guardian Forces is they take about 15 to 25 seconds to summon, which will eat some of that clock up. So you don't want to spend too much time doing it. As I said, that's the big freaking cannon that almost took out Selphie. Now, fortunately, this is going to be enough to take out the tank, I believe. Because I want to say Ifrit's the one that takes out the 3 soldiers. Because even though you take out the tank, the soldiers inside are going to come out and try to attack you, which, again, they're just normal Galbaldian soldiers. Nothing remarkable about them. But you'll take out this tank, hopefully with Shiva. Well, I'll take out the tank with Shiva. Yes. I can't control it! What? So the tank will explode. It will somehow go through the door behind it. And then the 3 soldiers are going to get out of the tank, and they're going to be on fire. And they're going to be like, wait for it. For it. Wait for it. Wait for it. So now we're going to go ahead and fight these 3 soldiers. Summon Ifrit. If they thought that was hot, Ifrit has another thing for them. So he said, we'll kill them first. And Selphie just gets hit once. Ifrit's going to show them how to really take something out with fire. But that's it for the boss fight. After that, you know, we just got to escape the missile base and we'll be hunky-dory. So Ifrit, do your thing. Ifrit smash. Ifrit ignites them. They all fall down, and that's the end of the boss fight. So we beat this boss in a little under 6 minutes. That's it. As long as you beat the boss before it's 0, 0, 0, you've gotten through here safely. Now let's go ahead and get out. Oh, that's not good. That's really not good. So we're stuck, and I don't think there's nothing we can do. Now, since we set the missile ratio all the way to the maximum, we don't get a game over. So Selphie and the others are going to think that Squall sent them to this mission because they didn't really think that they couldn't do it. But Selphie's going to realize, like, no, he sent them here because he knew that they were going to be able to succeed. And they all have their little thoughts about why Squall sent him. Irvin thinks he didn't trust him. Selphie thinks that Squall can handle the school festival, but you know, she can't rely on Squall to do that because that's her thing. Quee says, I didn't quite catch what Quee said, but Missile Base is blowing up and we're going to go up with it, quite literally. Boom. And that's the end of this part, folks. I'll catch you in the next one later, and bye. And we're not putting the game over thing here for future film.